Speaking of the light heavyweight division, look who is here.
Hey.
My friend Glover. How are you, Glover?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Please don't be shy. Come up to the microphone. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So when we moved our show to Bristol, one of the first things I thought a couple months ago, I said, at some point I have to have Glover because you are Connecticut's own. You are the pride of Connecticut now. I know you're Brazilian as well, but you live not that far from here, right?
Yeah, right. 30 minutes away, my friend.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So usually I feel bad for making people come to visit us, but in this case, I don't feel so bad.
I don't feel so bad. It's good.
Have you ever been to ESPN?
No, I of course outside the building. Yeah, I see it, but never inside. This thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's like a university campus, right?
I know, it's crazy.
It's amazing. So, you know, I was thinking of you when I was talking about Gustafsson and Smith. You fought Alexander Gustafsson a couple of years ago around this time in Sweden. What is that like to fight? Like Anthony was telling me earlier, we were talking to him about he's on the street and people are being very nice to him and telling him, like, please don't win, but they're not being rude, the Swedish people. What was it like for you fighting Alex in the lead up to the fight?
It's crazy, you know, the Swedish fans, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're very respectful, and they say the same thing. Hey, Glover, you know, I'm going to wish you win every other fight except this one, man, you know. But it's great, you know. They show a lot of respect. Even after the fight, I stay a couple of days, and the respect they show me after was touching, you know. I felt good, you know. It's one of those times that you feel like, hey, man, being a fighter, you winning, you losing, you have that thing. When you're winning, you the high.
Right.
When you're losing, you know, you just feel like the lowest of the low, right? But you know, the passion of the fans come down and give you that respect and thank you for the great fight. It was amazing.
Yeah, and so you talk about the ups and downs of the fight game. Now you're experiencing the highs, right?
Yeah,
you're feeling good these days.
I'm feeling good, yeah.
Yeah, at 39.
Good, yes.
Turning
yes,
40,
yes.
October 28th, same birthday as my daughter, by the way.
Oh,
It's a
yeah?
great day. Yeah.
Good. That's a good birthday, yeah.
Did you expect this, like, towards your 40s, that you would still be doing what you're doing against these younger guys?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be one of those guys that fight, you know, just the fact that I got in UFC, I was 32 already, you know, so I say, you know, I got to make some history, some running, so I got to fight a little later, but, you know, take care of my body and, you know, change a lot of things in my life, and now with you know, just the UFC PI has been helping me so much with knowledges, you know, and tests and learning new stuff. And I think I could be doing this for a couple more years. Yeah.
I understand you were just at the PI last week, right?
Yes.
What was it like?
Yes.
Was that your first time there?
No, that's my second time. I did it after my fight with Corey Anderson. You know, I stopped by and we run some tests and all crazy. You know, I was learning like I didn't know anything. And I started following the program, and I went over there to do another test, you know, and it was good. It was amazing because because I did it last year, so it was a year after, and how much I improved in those tests was amazing. Yeah,
okay.
and just by following the program, it's a little bit hard because you know you gotta follow. I'm not one of the guys that stay on the phone and not very technical, you know, but. You know, just follow something and see what's going on, and not feel guilty like don't go training. Sorry, I'm not feeling guilty, you know, because I have this app now that measures everything. You know,
really?
They call the Omega.
They give you the app?
Yeah, called the Omega Wave. You kind of test your body, kind of test every morning before, and if you're, you know, in the red zone or yellow zone, you're close to overtrain, so it's okay to take a day off. And for that, you got to talk to your coaches, and you know, the coach, you also have to believe in it, you know, have to believe in the app and really like, hey, man. And I'm giving it a shot. And it's working. It's working. I love it.
So since you went there last year, you're undefeated, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I won the last two fights.
Yeah, do you feel like there's a correlation?
I felt there was a great. Of course, it's not going to help heart. It's not going to help skills and fighting, but just the performance, the way to train, and because we thinking like. You know, I come from old school, and I still doing old school stuff. I think old school need to be there. That's how fighter become, you know, a fighter. And the old school, the sparring, the wrestling, but just to know your body and know how to train to be a fighter, you know, not doing this all crazy CrossFit, you know, and then go spar for 5 rounds. It's It's ridiculous, and that's how I kill my body. It was a time, believe me, it was a time that I was doing the camp. Camp was so hard that I wanted to. I even told my wife, I can't wait to. I don't have to do this anymore.
Wow.
Because that's how camp was for me. Because it's just like, I train, and you want okay. This is a train, 9 o'clock a.m., 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., that's another train, and you have to follow the schedule. But, doing this now is just like so much better, I sleep better, I'm way more happy in camp, I can do this I wish I knew this stuff long time ago.
So you don't have like an end, like, 45, I want to be done, 42, I want to be done. You're just going to go as long as you can?
Yes, I can't plan that. I just want to keep going, man.
Yeah. But back when you were telling your wife, I can't wait till this is over, when did you think that?
It's just like a couple of years ago,
Wow.
like when I fought Gustafsson, I think one of those times, like, it just like it was so bad. That camp with Gustafsson was a rough camp. Not, nothing. It's just because I was training so much. And when I went to Sweden, the sleeping was bad. I mean, usually I'm pretty good with the jet lag and everything,
Yeah.
but it was bad. It was bad. That's why I was like, oh man, I sleep like 2-3 hours a night.
Wow.
For an athlete, for a guy that's gonna fight in a weekend,
Sure.
you sleep 3 hours is horrible.
Yeah.
And that's how I was like, hey man, this is when I'm pretty close to get done with camps. Camps was stressing me out so much.
Yeah.
But doing this stuff now at PI is just changed. It's changed the game for me.
So is it possible that if there was no PI, you'd be done by now?
Who knows? Depends
Wow.
how those fights go.
Yeah. This is a great endorsement for the PI.
I believe it. I appreciate them so much, man. I think it was a great thing the UFC did it.
Yeah.
And, should I be closer to?
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And it's just I love it. I think it's gonna be great for the young fighters.
I noticed that you saw Johnny Walker there.
Yeah.
So
He's
a
incredible.
youngster in the 205 division. Do you notice, is he looking at you? I know you're both Brazilian, but is he looking at you like a lion looks at his prey? Did you feel like he was sizing you up? Because I wouldn't be surprised one of these days if you guys fight each other.
Yeah, no, I think he was there. He was doing his tests. He's a good guy, man. Amazing guy.
Impressed with him?
I was giving him some my thoughts, my advice.
Nice.
He's 27 years old and keep doing what he's doing. And the guy is a great guy, great fighter, great athlete. He's going over there. He's like. His test is I can't really see the other person test, but
Sure.
all I hear is amazing thing about his test. He's incredible.
Did you tell him when he celebrates to just calm down? And
Yeah, I told him, yeah.
Chill out, man.
Only maybe celebrate before. If you ever fight me, you celebrate
Yes.
before the fight.
Yes. Not, in the cage. That was crazy. You saw that?
That
when you
was
hurt his
nuts.
shoulder?
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was there recovering.
Right. Okay, so you were there, but as of right now, you don't have a fight. You just fought not that long ago. You don't have your next fight yet, right?
No. I little bit minus things. It was on my sciatic nerve was a little bit irritated, so I want to take some time, maybe a month, maybe 6 weeks to just do the training, follow the PI program and get back to the 100%.
Okay.
That's learning. That's like being careful, being smart right now.
Your story is an amazing one because I remember you lost your first pro fight. And then you ended up losing, I think, your fourth pro fight. So you were 2-2 to start your career. And then you won 20 in a row, right? And everyone was always talking about you, but you had the visa problem, right? So you couldn't, but you came to the U.S., correct me if I'm wrong, in 1999?
First, 1999.
Why did you initially come here?
Just to work, I have a bunch of friends that was living Danbury at that time, Danbury, Connecticut. And,
Of all places, why Danbury? You had friends that were already there?
I believe, a lot of friends in Danbury, a lot of Brazilians in Danbury because of the jobs, the landscaping.
Yeah.
In the summertime, the winters get slow a little bit, but just Connecticut it's big, man. Connecticut.
Brazilians.
For Brazil, for everybody. Connecticut is crazy. I mean, labor job, you know. You right, like as right now, I know all my. If you need labor, just come talk to me. I have a bunch of friends that have landscaping, carpenter company. They have work everywhere.
Wow.
Like busy. So it's a place that they come to work because it's a lot of work around here.
Is it true that it took you 49 or so days to get from Brazil to Connecticut?
Yeah, it is true.
Why did it take so long?
I had a cousin that was he was bringing people, to Mexico.
Okay.
And at that time I was 18 years old, and he's like, "Love, you want to go with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." It's like, I go on those trip with you, and I end up come with him, and of course come to stay. He say, I got a guy over there. He's gonna get you a job, and then we come. Yeah, we come to Mexico.
So initially you were going to Mexico.
Mexico. No, we went to Mexico, and we crossed the border of the.
Wow.
Because in my town, I'm from, everybody was coming already at that time. Like right now, it's much better, the visa situation for people.
Yeah.
Even though still chance you get denied, but it's so much better right now. Like 99, where if you from my hometown, Governador Valadares, it's almost impossible you're gonna get a visa.
Wow. Why?
Because there's so many people here that was illegally from Valladolid. They call Valladolid.
What does that mean?
Dollar, yeah.
Oh, really?
Because there's so many people make a dollar over here, and so yeah.
Okay, so he told you to come to Mexico, and then from Mexico you came, or did you never even go to Mexico?
I went to Mexico, yeah. I stayed there in Tijuana for 13 days. We crossed the border. We stayed in San Diego.
How did you cross the border? Did you walk?
Walking, yeah.
Wow.
Walking.
How long did that take?
Maybe 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Were you worried?
Not at that time, man. Like, you're 19 years old. You don't worry about nothing. 18, 19. I was 19 at the time.
Middle of the night?
Middle of the night, yeah. Wow. I was having fun, like, yeah, man. This is the United States. I mean, it was like, we about like maybe, 12, 15 people.
Everyone goes together.
Yeah, everybody go, yeah. And if we are lucky, we just cross the border. And it was nice, but like if the guys come, so we have to spread. That's when it's dangerous. Yeah. Because if the cops come, the immigration, right? So people run. So the guy that will take you, they call them the coyote. He will run away because he don't want to get caught, and you have to find your way. Oh my! Pretty much in the desert, so you don't know. It's scary, dangerous. Man. Yeah.
Wow. You weren't worried about this?
I was. No.
Just a
I was teenager.
And did you have your family back home in Brazil?
Yes. Everybody was there.
Your parents?
Yeah, I didn't call them for like 40 days or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they worried about you?
They were worried, yeah.
None of them.
Of course, everybody get worried because, we hear horrible stories too. Like, when it was 2001, things start getting crazy. So people stopped coming to Mexico, I believe. They still do, but it was very popular in 2099. But after it was getting dangerous because of the drug dealers, the cartels start like actually. Getting people, make those people like some slave, was little crazy stories going on. So people stopped doing it.
And your family didn't want to come with you?
Oh no, they didn't come. No.
Are they still there?
They still there. Yeah.
All of them.
Some of them come. My sister come visit, but they already went back, and they come work a little bit, and they went back.
So from San Diego, how did you get to Connecticut?
Just get in the plane. Like got in San Diego. Yeah, they don't ask for.
Sure.
I mean, when you're in the United States, yeah.
And then, so your first job here was landscaping.
Landscaping, yeah.
And what kind of stuff did you do?
Just landscape construction, man. Planting pine trees.
You know anything about that, or you just kind of did it?
No, I didn't know anything about it, but it's not. When you first get here, they just give you a shovel and say, "Hey, dig holes."
Go ahead.
So it's not much to it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it outside working. I grew up in a farm. I grew up doing this stuff my whole life, so. For me, it was like, and try and find the gym, the jiu-jitsu gym. I thought it was like a little weird. The guys grabbing each other, and my friends like, you don't know what jiu-jitsu is, huh? I'll show you. He actually looked like you a little bit.
Really? Wow.
He showed me. He's like, let me show it to you. He went to Blockbuster, and we rent a tape. First UFC 1, 2, and 3. I was like,
wow.
Next day, I signed up in the gym.
Wow. So you had no prior martial arts experience?
No.
Didn't do anything?
I never.
Boxing, nothing?
Nothing. I grew up in the farm, man. I mean, where I grew up was no...
I heard there was just one stoplight, right?
No stoplight.
Zero stoplight.
Still no. Still my town is no stoplight, no signal, no nothing. Yeah.
How many people live there, approximate?
In the town, maybe 2,000, maybe 2,000.
There's not a single stoplight?
No, there's no stoplight.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Where is it in Brazil? Like, what's the nearest big city?
Big city, Belo Horizonte, Valadares, where I fought Ryan Bader there. It's like 3 hours away.
Okay, so is that the north?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's Minas Gerais. It's like stay close to Rio de Janeiro,
Okay.
I can show you later the map.
Yeah. Okay, so you get
inland.
So you watch the tapes and your mind is blown.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta learn that, man. I gotta learn this. So I saw, seeing back then was difficult, it was like not, no YouTube or anything, but I started looking all the videos about Rickson Gracie and, about jiu-jitsu, learning all this thing, because I was a big fan of martial arts, but, Mike Tyson, and I was like, I want to box, and then I watched this, so it changed my whole, I would say I want to be a UFC fighter.
So when you go and start training, what is it like at first? Like, are you kind of blown away by how difficult it is?
Yes. I was blown away to how difficult it was, but I was like a very excited and proud, kind of like the way I trained. I went to this guy. This guy was like, he was purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he was like, oh, I've been training for 8 years. And I was like, 8 years, man, it's crazy, And then I trained with him. I was about 255, 260. And just did very good. Of course, I got my back a couple of times, but the way he said, he was like, "Oh my God," he was dead tired too. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I give you a run for your money." He was about 180 pounds, and I say, "Yeah, I want to learn this thing, man. I want to learn." And jiu-jitsu is I never really trained jiu-jitsu that much. It just come to me so naturally.
So at what point do you go from that guy who's just training to saying to yourself, like, I actually want to be a pro fighter?
Right there, man.
Right away?
Yeah, soon as I wanted to be in the UFC. That's why my first fight, you look at my record, my first fight is in 2002.
Yeah.
June 2002. The first time I joined the gym was December 2001.
Oh, my.
So, I had 6 months. 6 months. I wanted to be going. I wanted to fight. And, of course, didn't go well in 6 months. But and then ended up training a couple more years, and that's when I met John Hackleman too, because I fought one of his guys.
But when you lost your pro debut, did you have doubts? Did you say to yourself, maybe this isn't for me after all?
Not at that time.
Not
at that time. I just felt like I felt really tired. Really tired, I was like dead tired, and and I did actually pretty good. I was aggressive, I was nervous. Pick the guy up, take him down. But this is Division I wrestler. It's Eric Schwartz. You can. Yeah. This guy was like the Chocolate Dale main training partners.
Okay.
And he is like a badass. The guys I train with him to this day, he's still like. I was like, I can't believe I was at 6 months. I could take you down that time.
You still train with the guy?
Yeah, I was training with him back later on because I went to train with John Hackleman.
Yeah.
So because John saw the fight and he called the guy that set the fight with, Greg Davis. He's like, hey, this kid's like, he have a heart of a lion. He have a chin too, because the guy was hitting me with everything he got. So John's like, hey, send him over here, and I'm going to train him.
Wow. Oh, so it was after your first pro fight that John said that. Oh,
yes.
I didn't realize it was the first pro fight.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why I met him in Chalk.
And you went to California.
I went to California the next year, yeah.
Okay. Now, does John still corner you? Like, was he in your corner for the last
yes,
fight?
Yes.
He was there. Okay.
Yes.
Because I know he's trying to phase out. He doesn't really want to do it anymore.
Yeah, John, he likes to chill at home.
Yes, he gets nervous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he'll do it for me.
Right. I feel like you're one of his last guys, right?
Oh, we have a couple guys like Big Brothers coming up. He's one of the kid that I used to teach when he was like 8 years old.
Wow.
And he started with John when he was 3.
Okay.
So we call it the Little Dragon class. And now he's like, he just did his pro debut. He fought a kid 13 a pound heavier than him and knocked him out.
What's his name?
We call Isaiah's Hill. We call Isaiah's Rocha, but we call him Big Brother.
Okay.
Because it just was him and his little brother.
Okay.
So that's his nickname for us, Big Brother. Keep an eye on him.
Okay.
This kid's gonna be, he's gonna go far. I have no doubt of that.
Really? Okay.
He's probably gonna fight 135, 145, but
okay.
he's
We'll
good.
Remember,
he's
when
good.
he becomes a champion, we'll say you said it first.
No, he
show.
mentioned my name. I used to train with him when he was a kid, man. It's amazing to see this, you know.
The little kids that you were training with.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
They're pros.
Yeah.
So you're doing okay. You're in the States, but then at some point you have to go back because you had a visa issue, right? So what happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I started winning fight. I beat Sakujo, you know, that fight. Dana White was there.
He was?
Yes, he was there when I knocked out Sakujo. Chuck jumped in, you know, in the cage and say, funny because Chuck told him like, hey, watch this, my friend's fighting next. My jiu-jitsu guys is fighting next. And I knock out Sakujo, you know, it was a great, you saw the fight, it was a good stand-up fight. Yeah. And then I say, oh, this is the jiu-jitsu guys? And Chuck was jumping up. He's like, yeah, that's the jiu-jitsu guy. So I told Dan, I want to fight in the UFC. And he said, you know, he's like, get your shit together. We're going to put you in, you know. So that's when I was like, I called the lawyer and everything. And because things that you've done in the past, right? You know, the wrong stuff. I had to go to Brazil and...
Because you didn't have a proper visa, right?
Yes, because I come here illegally. So I had to sit there with the law. And I did. I'm happy I did it, you know. I went there. I apologize. They sent me a letter. I pay a fee and I played the waiting game.
Okay. So at this point, you actually met your future wife, or were you married?
I was already married, yeah.
And she's from Connecticut?
Yes, she's from Denver.
You had to leave her for what, like 3 years?
3 years, 3.5.
That wasn't hard?
That was very hard. Everything, it was very hard, man. It was the point that
FaceTime and all that.
To be honest, everything that happens in my life, that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest part of my life was there in Brazil, because coming over here, like I say, I was 18, 19 years old. I didn't care, man. I was just having fun.
Yeah.
And then come over here working. I didn't care, like, all right, I'm just gonna go back to Brazil, make some money here, go back to Brazil, live my life as a cowboy there.
Yeah.
But then get back to the fight, whatever, lost the first fight, anything. But when I went back to Brazil, and I struggled so much that I was like, man, maybe this is not what I meant to do, fighting, because, and this is me training with, I train with Junior Dos Santos, I train with Lyoto, I was training with top contender, top fighters, and before I trained with Chuck Liddell, so I knew how good I was, I'm not talking about, I'm not beating them, but I was doing toe-to-toe with those guys, the champions. And I was like, well, maybe it's not meant to be, it's get to a point that, I win Abu Dhabi in Brazil, and that was, the point that I thought, hey, maybe I stop with this, go back to my hometown. And Pedro Rizzo was there and say, hey, man, you just gotta fight everybody. Let's fight everybody. They're gonna call you. They're gonna call you. We put 200 fights over here. They're gonna call you. We're gonna beat everyone. So I start fighting everybody.
Wow.
And funny about this is, Chuck told me a long time ago. I used to, because I remember asking Chuck one of the fights, or I don't know what fight. I said, hey, Chuck, you think I should take this fight? Oh yeah, it was George Oliveira. Was after I fought Sakujo. My reputation went up because Sakujo was knocking out Arona and Lina. Yeah. So I asked Chuck this. I said, hey, Chuck, you think I should fight this guy? I'm in the hype. I'm waiting for UFC, He's like, you got to fight that. You got to fight everybody. Because if you can't beat that guy, what are you going to do in UFC anyway?
Right.
So that was the main, that's all I need to hear. And it's funny because in August 2011, I got my approval from the visa for the green card.
Right.
So say, in November, you're going to have your green card. It's already done.
Wow.
You're approved.
Wow.
So all you have to do is go to, the consulate and get it.
Yeah.
and I took a fight after that. And I had, and that's all the winning. I knew I had the contract with UFC. I knew because Ed Soares told me like, hey, we're good.
Wow.
You come here, get your things together, we're going to get in UFC. And I took a fight with Rico Rodriguez. And people thought I was crazy. And that I told the same thing. I was like, if I can beat, it's nothing against Rico. Rico at that time, great fighter, you know, was amazing to fight him. But at that time, I say, if I can beat Rico right now, I'm not ready for UFC. So let's do this.
And it worked out.
Yeah.
What was it like when you got the letter for the first time, when you saw that you got the green card?
It was just, you know, after that, man, it was just things going on. I knew
That must have been incredible feeling, right?
It was incredible feeling.
Did you see your wife for that? So you were away for 3 years?
No, she was visiting me once in a while. She come to Brazil, once in a while.
You didn't have there was no FaceTime or anything like that, so it must have been hard to.
We had a Skype, yeah.
Skype
we had
back
Skype
then.
back then, yeah.
Man,
yeah.
That must have been so. But you went on a roll.
Tough.
That's when you went and killed everyone. That's when you won the 20 in a row.
Yes. I was fighting everybody. I had like fights line up every 2 weeks. I had a fight with Masudi and Marvin Ismail 2 weeks after that. Yeah. Marcel Cruz, you know, just everybody.
I remember it was such a big deal when we finally got the word that you were going to come to the UFC after all this time, because it always seemed like, man, is Glover going to get a chance? And if he doesn't get a chance, it'll be like one of those what-if stories in the sport. Like, how good could he have been, right? We didn't know the answer. Did you worry that you would, at some point, did you lose hope that the government wouldn't give you the green card, that you would have to stay there? Or did you always feel, are you a pretty positive guy that at some point it would work out?
Well, you know, I had a different, was a little bit different mindset. It was a point of weakness, It was a point that, I'm very positive, I'm very strong. You know, but I had points that I have my weak moments. You know, that I have to sit next to a bottle of whiskey and we call cachaça in Brazil. You know, and drink it down with the friends and and let it out.
Yes.
Let it out and that's for me is a weakness. You know, but I put I got. I think that was the first year, I believe. You know, the first year. Then I got my things together. I say no, I gotta do it. I gotta train. I gotta keep fighting. It was a little weird story because in 2008, I got the letter 2008 to go in Brazil in July 2008. And now I had the hope, if I can get back to the United States for a while, I can fight in Pride. But Pride was last fight. It was last Pride in 2008. Remember?
Yes, of course.
They ended Pride in 2008.
Yeah.
I was like, no chance me fighting no chance of me fighting a bigger show, you know.
That's right.
So,
but it all worked out. When you first got to the UFC that first time, what was that like?
I was actually, I was very, I'm comfortable guy. I'm very relaxed guys. I don't know if John Hackman would tell you that. I'm very, very calm in the locker room. I'm chill, you know. But I was nervous that I was going to be nervous. I was excited. Oh, man, am I going to be nervous first time I walk out, you know? But, I was just a great feeling, man. I remember I fought my foot was 3:30 in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I walking out, and there was very few people because it was the first fight, you know.
Yeah.
But Brazil, right? But that was I was so pumped.
Really?
It looked like that when you know what I mean? Like the first fight, there was not many people around. It was just some few Brazilians there. Come on, Glover! Yeah. I was so pumped. It feels like it was like the packed arena, you know.
Yeah. You must have. So you weren't nervous at all.
No, I was just like, oh man, this is my time. I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna go for the kill.
And you looked amazing in that fight. And in the early run, I remember, I think it was UFC 160 when Mike Tyson was there.
Yeah.
That was amazing, right? What a moment that was. It felt like everything was coming together for you in that moment.
I watch Mike Tyson highlights usually a night after the fight, before the fight, or
really, he's
or the
guy.
Day of the fight. I just watch the highlights video, you know, just to see the killer, you know, just like.
What was it about him that you loved so much?
Just the killer instinct, the killer mentality. He's a fighter, you know. Yeah, of course, everybody likes Mike Tyson because he's a fighter. You know, he's an excited fighter. He's not. I wouldn't agree. He is definitely one of the best of all times, but maybe not technical the best of all time, but definitely the most excited. If you have to see one fight, Muhammad Ali or this, so if you have to go back in time and see one fight, most of the time I would say Mike Tyson, because he just know what is gonna bring it to the ring. So that's my mentality too. Like, even though now I gotta be smart and I gotta move, but that was my mentality for a while. Just go, and I learned with time. MMA is a little bit different, so I gotta be more cautious with the knees, uppercuts, and stuff. But that was my mentality. It still is, just go for kill. So I have one of the most finished in UFC because I go to finish every fight. No matter who.
Fan-friendly style. The fans like to watch that style.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah.
But over time, you do have to evolve a little bit because you don't want to take too much damage, right? Especially as you get a little.
Yeah, of course. That's what it's still that mentality to learn to kill, but not just go. Learning how to step back, step sideways. Right. Those things that because I have that mentality, go forward, and watching that fight with Gustafsson, with Jon Jones. I learned that I keep going forward. And getting outpointing, eventually those things, those punches gonna get you. I broke my nose, the cuts, eyes, you can't see anymore, and you keep want to go, but now I'm working more in timing and explosion to get inside, not just one pace.
Right.
I watched that fight and I was like, I can't believe, man.
Which one? The Jones fight?
Yeah, Jones, Gustafsson, he did that. Who knows? I don't know if it changes anything. I'm just saying that it's kind of like almost it's so frustrating, because I watched the fight and if I was cornering myself, I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Let's move out. Let's try to counter this guy with something, not just give him everything.
Right. I saw recently that you took a picture with Rashad Evans.
Yeah.
And you fought him. You knocked him out. Chuck. There's always it's very hard for fighters to know when to say when, right? Like to know when to walk away.
Yeah.
Are you cognizant of this? Like when you saw what happened to Chuck against Tito, that wasn't the old Chuck Liddell, right? It was hard to watch.
Yes.
Is this something you think about a lot?
Yes. Yes. Man, I don't want to. Nobody wants to be past the point in a fight. I think. Chuck. I was upset because he fought Tito, and I lost for Tito, But he beat him in his prime. I think. Everybody knows who was the best, Right, right now is right now, man. Chuck is 49 right now. Yeah, he's like he shouldn't be fighting anymore. Right. But go tell him there, right? He's gonna be pissed at you or something. It's hard. It's hard to say to somebody, don't stop. But I'm open to listen to my coaches. Of course, my coaches. I'm gonna look on Instagram and look. Haters say whatever they say. Of course, we gotta look at the people that is around you. That's why I have John Hackman, Finelli, and good friends. They're gonna sit down with me. If I'm not doing it myself, it's come to a point that I have to say, hey man, I have to sit back and maybe not fight anymore. When this time comes and when it's time, they're like, I still go in the gym, man. I still train with the 25, 19, 18 years old kids. They students, I'm not technique-wise, of course, but I'm talking about the conditioning-wise. Right. I'm going with those guys, man.
I bet.
And working hard, and I feel good about it. So I'm not. And the week of the fight, the adrenaline, you're going to fight these young guys, like my last fight, the 25 years old. What do you think? Well, all these things. And I'm thinking, and I just, it feels good. I say, I'm going to show him what it's all about, I have to teach him a lesson. And this and that, playing around.
Sure.
I'm the old guys. I'm going to show him, the skills. I'm going to show, but it's just, I still feel it. I still feel good, I guess the days that injuries and I can't do it anymore, and that's the time that I and my coach is probably gonna see that too. Right. They have to see it. I would say to a friend of mine or a student of mine that, hey man, I think we need to figure out time to call it.
And when it's done, you just go back to landscaping.
I have my gym right now, man. I'm very
Where's
excited.
The gym
in Danbury.
In Danbury. Okay, so not too far from here.
I'm very excited.
Because I heard after your last fight, you invited ESPN to come train at your gym, right?
Yes, right there.
Everyone's allowed.
That's right, everyone's allowed.
Invited.
Everyone's invited.
What is it called? It's called Teixeira MMA and Fitness?
Teixeira MMA and Fitness.
Perfect.
Danbury. It's in Battle, Connecticut, actually. It's right there in the border.
All right.
Yeah, the gym is great. I'm excited for that new chapter, like I say, teaching the kids, see like a guy like Big Brother to become first debut. Who knows, what's happening? But this kid, I only see him be in UFC very soon, and I wanted to do that with the kids around here in Danbury. And if you stick around, we're gonna bring all those guys over here.
Perfect,
yeah.
That'd be great. Before it's all said and done, you want that rematch against Jon Jones? Is that the goal? Is that the dream?
Yeah, rematch is always. I always want a rematch, man. I look in all the fighters.
No eye pokes this time. No eye pokes this time.
No eye poking. I gotta move my head.
Sure.
But like I said, that's one of those things too. Like that coming forward, and those guys, they put their hands out there. They tall, so they know. To be honest. Jon Jones poked me a couple times. Gustafsson was the worst, though.
Really?
Not because Jon Jones poked me more time, but Gustafsson I couldn't really see. I really thought I was gonna get knocked out in the second round.
Wow.
Right after because the ref was like, "You don't have 5 minutes." I thought I had 5 minutes.
Right.
And he's like, "You gotta go. Either you go or you call the fight." I don't know if you heard. I say, "I'm not gonna. Of course I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna." Have no contest fight and say I can't go. Of course I go. I go without I go. It's like, especially I feel like I owe to the fans, man. I feel like I owe to everybody, for UFC people. Not nothing like I owe to. You know what I mean? Nothing that I feel like, hey, I'm gonna do this so I can keep my job. I can care less about that.
Right.
I just like I'm a fighter. I got poked in the eye, and the guys, I couldn't see nothing. You can see my eyes. And it's funny because the other eye, for some reason, I was blinking this one so much, I couldn't see the other one either.
Wow.
So I was like, I can't see. And the guy said, you don't have 5 minutes. If you can't go, we're going to call in no contact, whatever. I don't know. Right. I say, of course I go. I'm not going to stop the fight here. I'm good to go. I'm still standing. So.
Wow.
But it ended up, I didn't, I got knocked out later on, but was not for the eye poke. So ended up I was able to manage. But those guys are tall. So somebody come close, I'll do that myself. Somebody, come close. I move my hand out there. And because I come steady forward, and then I keep getting poked in the eye.
That's why you got to move the head.
You gotta move your head and you gotta take your time.
Right.
Take your time. Watch those guys take the time and be explosive in the right time.
By the way, I wanted to ask you before I let you go. I saw a photo. I think yesterday you posted you were having acai. I think the acai in America is horrible. It's not like in Brazil.
No.
It's nothing like BB Sucos and all these places over there on the beach. Where do you get your acai? Do you make it yourself?
This one is very good, though.
Where is it?
It's a Rebook. Store that we have in Danbury, Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's good. It's like in Brazil.
Roadback, I think. Yeah.
It's like Brazil, or
almost like very good. Brazil, the thing is, it's like Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
If you get acai BB Rio, and you get in Belém is different.
Oh really?
Oh, different.
Oh, wow.
In Belém you get the pure acai. So that acai, if you like sweet stuff, this one is kind of like a cheating meal, dessert kind of thing, because a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So actually, it's good for
Guaraná, right? The Guaraná.
Yeah, but see, the Guaraná powder and the acai powder, they come from Amazonas, Belém,
yes.
Amazon. So if you go there to get your acai, that's when you get the pure acai. Yeah. They eat acai actually with fish.
Oh my!
With the
Really?
lunchtime with salt.
Oh.
They put it because acai is very bitter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of bitter. You get used to with the taste. You like it.
Okay.
Because especially me, I like kind of like bitter taste a little bit.
Okay.
But it's not like BB Sucos.
I like the sugary.
Yeah,
Sweet.
You like the sugary one.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mouth is watering just talking about
it.
Yeah.
No, if you go to this place, it's a good place. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming, Glover.
Thank you, man.
This has been a pleasure, my friend. Yeah, wow. You have huge hands, by the way. I don't know if everyone's ever told you that. So get well soon. Thank you for making the trek. And later this year, we'll see you back.
Yes,
That's the
for
plan?
sure, for sure. That's what my plan is to focus on that so I can fight later on this year.
Okay.
Maybe before I turn 40.
That would be nice. Before October 28th. I won't forget your birthday. There he is, one of the top contenders at 205. Glover Teixeira. There's the resume right over there. Thank you so much, Glover. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
They'll walk you out right over there.